So you're lying to your wife to protect her?
Probably in a roundabout way, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because here's what she feels. She knows you've got secrets. She doesn't know what they are. If you do that, you've just declared World War III in your house. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll lose.
How can I overcome bitterness and resentment towards my wife's career choice?
Which I was going to ask you, is she an adult film star? But that'd probably be inappropriate.
No,
like, what does she do for a living?
It's the furthest. It's not what you think, Dr. John. So,
okay, tell me what she does.
Okay. Well, right now she's currently like an administrator and at our church, and oversees a nonprofit organization. So
she's dedicated her life to caring about everyone but you.
Basically, in a sense, and it's been a slow evolution over the past kind of 12 years into that. It started out as a kind of an 8 to 5 job or whatever, and it's turned into something totally different.
That's what ministries and nonprofits will do to you. They'll take every spare ounce of time and energy and hope and blood and guts you have. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So what does she get? What does she get from? She's probably working 90 hours a week, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's seasons that are really heavy and stuff, right? But yeah, and it just seems to get more and tighter all the time, and just it used to be one fire every once in a while. Now everything's on fire all the time.
Yeah.
So what does she get? I don't know. Like she has been diagnosed with ADHD.
I don't care about that.
So,
none of that. I don't care about any of that. No, I don't care about that.
No.
What is this workload and this external caring brings her something?
Probably fulfillment, I would think, and just purpose, I guess. She loves people. So she loves caring for people and just trying to help people out, right? So
what about you?
So what about me? What?
What is it about this life that you are resenting and you're bitter about?
It's lack of focus on things at home, and it just seems like every time that there's I say yes and agree to something or whatever to try and help her out, then it just gets put on me forever, kind of thing. And it's even just, we have a daughter as well, and it's just the time that, and I'm self-employed, so I don't have an 8 to 5 job either. So it's trying to be at home for her, get her to school on time. I don't want to do this alone at times either.
Why haven't you sat down and told your wife across the table, I miss you, and I'm doing life by myself, and I don't like the life that I'm creating by myself?
We've talked about it.
Have you talked about that, or have you talked about issues?
We've talked about schedule and...
Yeah, those are distractions.
Yeah.
Those are distractions. I miss my wife. I agreed to build something together with you, not to be a personal assistant. Well, you ran off and saved other people's lives. Or we both went all in, all hands on deck when this job was 8 to 5. Now the job's changed. Now we have to reimagine our marriage because a huge part of our life has shifted. And let's just be honest about that shift and call it is what it is. And let's make decisions from there.
I can say that we've talked, maybe not to the depth of that, right? But it's more the fact that I'm scared that I will let my emotions or my tone or my resentment kind of bubble up. And if I really told her the truth, that it would destroy her too.
So you're lying to your wife to protect her?
Probably in a roundabout way, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Because here's what she feels. She knows you've got secrets. She doesn't know what they are. And the way she protects herself from the growing gap in your house, it's a dance, right? She creates this gap by working 85 hours a week. She gets tons of high fives and people looking at her with tear-filled eyes. You saved the day. You saved my marriage. You saved my life. You fed our families, whatever her nonprofits are. And you have ministry is just like a vampire, dude. People want everything from everybody all the time. But there's immediate feedback. And there's always a problem to solve. And home can feel boring. Home can feel purposeless. And when she does come home, she's got a husband that's keeping a big secret.
I would say you're spot on there.
And in a weird way, you're as out on the marriage as she is. Does that make sense? She's out physically, but you're out emotionally.
Yeah, and I would say even that she's out emotionally too, because she gets purpose or fulfilled in that role, and emotionally in a part from outside, right, or from what she's doing.
So you can. Here's the thing: you can choose to tell the truth, and you can choose to do it in a way that you're not a jerk, and you're not an immature idiot. All that can be the same. And if you go into the conversation, I say this all the time, if you use I statements, not you statements. So what does that mean? If you all sit down and you say, hey, we have to have a or what meeting. What? What are you talking about? Oh, Ryan, this again. Hey, our marriage is almost over. What? We need to talk now. This weekend, 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I've got childcare already set up. We're having this conversation. We have to. And if you sit down and you say, you've been working so much, you always leave me out, then she's going to go to war with you. She has to preserve herself. But if you sit down and say, I've been keeping secrets from you. I miss you. You've built a life without me, without our daughter. We all miss you. This house misses you. Here's how I feel. However, I don't even know if it's true, but here's how I feel. That you choose the church over your family. You choose a nonprofit over your family. You choose and at least you're putting it on the table. But you're saying it in a way that's an invitation, not an accusation. And then if she won't talk to you, then y'all got to deal with that because your marriage is in real bad shape. If she goes bananas and says, I hate you and I can't believe you're doing this to me, you know this is important to me and you're stealing this from me, then your marriage is in real bad shape. If she gets mad initially and then she exhales and says, I'm so sorry, I don't know where to go from here, now you got a chance. But secrets will destroy your marriage.
No, absolutely.
And unfettered, whether you get affirmation from a cute coworker, whether you get affirmation from an AI sex robot online or like one of those, I don't know, online call girls, or you get affirmation from a church and a nonprofit. If you're seeking identity outside of the primary identity you promised your friends, your family, your partner, and God, which is you and I are building something together, then it's all some form of infidelity. And I've said for a long time, you can cheat on your spouse with a golf course, with a human, with a computer, with your money, with work. Anything that becomes something you worship and chase other than how do we build a life together. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, no, it totally does.
And you walking around feeling self-righteous that you're protecting her because if she really knew, it would destroy her. Bro, give her some credit. She's probably tougher than that.
She is, but I know what my words can do too, right?
Then don't use those words because that's abuse.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just struggle with how to say it, and
All right, let's role play
using
it.
the
What
eyes.
do you want to say?
Basically what you said. Basically, like that she's not present. She's not there.
Nope.
Like we're last place. Basically.
Okay, if you do that, you've just declared World War III in your house. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll lose.
Okay.
She's a minister and a CEO of a nonprofit. She'll beat you. And then you'll just have to get mean to win. Try it another way using I statements.
Okay. I feel left out of her life.
Start over. Go to the very beginning. Repeat after me. I miss my wife.
Mm-hmm. I miss my wife. I miss the life that we planned together. I miss her being present when I'm there.
And then you can get into, I don't know if this is even true, but here's what's going on in my chest, in my heart. I feel like that stuff's become more important than me and your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're taking jobs, you're answering phone calls, you're running to late night emergencies as a way of avoiding being here because you don't like being here. I don't know if that's true, but that's the way it feels. And do you hear my vocal tone? One of these ways, and I want you to keep this image in your mind. When you have this conversation, if you go at it in a fight, body posture, tone, all that, you're going to get a fight. If you go into it by taking a knee and saying, we've gotten sideways here, I'm confident I've played a role in this thing, there's a humility to it. I miss my wife. And it's embarrassing as a husband to even say that, but I do. I'm jealous of my wife and all the personal success you have. And I'm stuck here in the driving line with our daughter. How old's your daughter?
Almost 13.
Okay, can we just call out a truth about 13-year-old daughters? They can be super fun, and they can be dreadfully boring and annoying. And I'm tired of being dreadfully bored and annoyed by myself. And our daughter needs her mom. She needs to have conversations with you that I can't have, or it's weird.
Yeah, those are definitely things that are coming up now, too, as she's getting older.
So here's the way to prevent yourself from exploding. Number one, make a choice. I will not explode. I will, in my mind, take a knee. And if I have to do it in person, I'm going to take a knee in person so that I can have a right body posture. And I'm going to get blown up on the internets about that. I don't give a crap. I'm right. Number two, write these things down. Otherwise, when you open that hatch, it's going to come pouring out and you're not going to be able to control it. And I want you to mind your own feelings. Are you jealous of her success? Are you bored, just stuck at home with a 13-year-old girl? Are you feeling weird as your daughter is entering into her own sexuality and dating and you feel out of place and weird and I don't know, you know what I mean? Like just awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's actually going on in your mind and in your body, but I want you to be honest about it and write that stuff down. So that it's much more intellectual, it's much more cognitive. You're reading something from a piece of paper you've prepared, and you can stay present, and it doesn't turn into this thing just gets sliding down a hill, and all of a sudden, and then, and now you're yelling and screaming, and y'all having a fight. She'll check out. And by the way, Ryan, I think your marriage is going to be good. It's very common to get annoyed, to get frustrated, to get resentful, to become bitter about jobs and friends and golf and fishing and hunting, whatever your things are. The real question is, do y'all have a path towards repair? Do you have a path, a way that y'all can sit down and say, I'm not keeping secrets from you anymore. Here's the truth. Here's what I'm experiencing in our house. Underneath all of that, here's the master question you're asking, Ryan. After 13 years or 15 years or 17 years, this is your husband. Do you still love me? Because I still love you. And maybe you ask that question. At the end of it all, I just want to know, do you still love me? And then we can start the rebuild. And bro, if you want to have her give me a call, I'd love to talk to y'all both, or I'd love to talk to her too. I'm confident she's got another side of the story, but I guess I just don't buy it anymore when people are like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this without exploding. You can. The fact that you can call me and have that conversation, you can. You can make choices. If you need to do it in front of a neutral third party, go see a counselor and have this conversation in front of a counselor. And maybe that'll rein you in a little bit, but make that choice to treat your wife with dignity and respect, to breathe through it, take an humble posture, write it down, and stop keeping secrets. Let's lance this wound and get on with the healing process.